Paul, how have rent increases affected you?
Quite severely, to be honest. Prices have gone up by around about 30% now, and it's become a real struggle. I mean, with all the other increases at the moment, to make a business survive in this climate with an increase of 30% is very, very difficult.
But the council they've got a budget as well, haven't they, for the purposes of everybody in the borough? So maybe is that fair for them to put the rent increase up like that?
I think an increase is inevitable. It's bound to happen, but an increase like that at this moment, I think it's a bit much. I mean, it's every shop that's got a council property in this area is facing the same prospects as what I am now. You know, where we basically rely on passing trade, people that come into the area from the area. We haven't got the luxury of people coming through on the way through to somewhere else. So we've got a client base already. Now that base stays around about the same. I'm sure with the rest of the shops here, the newsagents, the hairdressers, even the sweet shop there, we're not getting external customers. It's the same people using us on a daily basis. So to try and raise more money up at the end of the year to try and find this extra money, it's going to be quite difficult for shopkeepers specifically like ourselves.
So in layman's terms, what does the 30% increase mean?
A possible closure, to be quite honest. Looking at it very grimly there, but a possible closure. I mean, for me, it wasn't I had money lying around extra to cover that cost. Now, to obviously find that extra money, it's a case of either I'm going to have to put new prices down, well, so an increased price range, but even with that, if I put my prices up by a few pounds, a customer might stop using my shop completely, take it somewhere else where it's cheaper, and I lose a clientele altogether. And I'm sure with the other shops as well, with the sweet shop, we've got Tesco's across the road there that have got super cheap prices compared to them, and also even the hairdressers, where if they put their prices up, their clientele may move somewhere else as well, and we lose that customer altogether. So in all fairness, it all comes round to a very grim reality of us closing down.
It's one of the problems that, unlike when they had the car parking charges controversy, the Corringham traders were very much a strong pressure group who basically got rid of that.
That's right.
Is it your problem that you're a little bit in isolation, you're not a pressure group?
That's right. Well, there are only a few shops here, you see. I mean, over the other side of Ockenden, we've got Thurrock Parade, Broxburn Drive. Again, most of them, I think all council shops. I think everyone's going through the same problem as ourselves, you know, so if we could all get together, maybe we could get a little bit further down the line. But at the moment, I mean, I'm stuck here working every day. I get in communication with the other shopkeepers here, but I think you're right. We haven't got a real big pressure group, and we haven't got no one to really help us out.
So what is your appeal to Thurrock Council, the Tory group, of which two Tories are your local councillors?
Well, I've got Amanda Arnold, and I think it's Barry Johnson, I think is the other councillor. They've both been quite helpful. They've both come into the shop and spoke to us about it. Unfortunately, nothing's really happened about it at the moment. You know, I've made arrangements to actually pay what I have to pay, and that's all been sorted out now. So the worst thing in my case was that I was actually backdated a year as well with payment. My rent review was meant to be on my 5th year, and this has gone through to the 6th year. So what they've said is, look, your rent should have been updated a year back, so could you please pay up the money from that year ago as well, which is a real kick in the teeth, to be honest. So I know it's not the same situation with all the shops, but I don't see how that's my problem when it's their fault they didn't do the rent review a year earlier.
Concerns in your ward is the rent increases for the local traders, is that right?
Yeah, I mean the increases that are coming about due to lease renewals are probably coming at the worst time in business's local time. You know, only an idiot don't realise that there is a worldwide recession going on, and these shops are part of it. And to go for a large increase in a year when people are really struggling just to exist really is above the point of stupidity.
But is this something that Thurrock Council have control of, or is it a central government matter?
No, council rent, unlike business tax, is dealt with by the local council. Indeed, it's true to say that government itself have done things to help traders by helping to defer business taxes, and indeed have helped our own council tenants by reducing their rent by increase by half. So it can be done, and Thurrock have to have the will to do it.
And I guess unlike council tax, where everybody should really be paying from April the 1st, the different traders will be affected at different times.
Yeah, obviously they're on different scales of it depends on the dates of their lease renewals, and indeed some traders have just recently gone over to the increases, and some are obviously planning for the future. But in the end of the day, what I really do fear is a row of empty shops which will have no use to the local community and no good to anybody at all, because it will only attract vandalism and antisocial behaviour. And perhaps another message to carry forward today is to the people of Thurrock is to actually use your local shops, because this is all part of the campaign of actually helping them to be sustained. But the council need to play their major part, because the biggest outgoing for most shops is rent.
So what's the correspondence between you and the Tories, and what type of communication and feedback are you getting?
Well, I first communicated with the leader of the council, Councillor Hague, some nearly 8 weeks ago. And there's been a raft of emails going backwards and forwards, and I've been assured that this is going to be looked into, but in the end of the day, when you are financially struggling, 8 weeks is a long time.